Hello guys, welcome back. Konnichiwa. Herzlich willkommen. So my friends, in this video I want to do a chart analysis for you on ticker UNH UnitedHealth Group Incorporated. As you can see, this stock lost here 60% since its peak, had a massive price drop, and now the question is this a stock to buy? Yes or no? Is this a beginning of a crash or just a fake out initiated by the market makers? I give you here my full chart analysis. Of course, everything what I say here is not financial advice. Yeah, guys, if you're new to this channel, what we just see now here for UNH, I love price actions like that. Buy the dip, right? And then trade a stock until you make some profit, some cash. Usually I focus here on short squeeze stocks, or at least I'm specialized on short squeeze stocks, and I try to predict short squeezes every week. For UNH, it's maybe not a typical short squeeze play, but that doesn't mean that you cannot make here some profits. I also let you know the future price targets, where we could the price expect to go if this is just a dip and not the beginning of a crash. So what I usually do, I post here on Patreon my short squeeze predictions, and I just give you here one example what happened here last week or in the past 2 weeks. I always have tickers which have high squeeze potential, and I also of course mention the algo demand zones where usually the market makers buy the dip. I will do the same of course here for UNH, and this is what happened here, guys. 8th of May we had a 1394% short squeeze. This ticker squeezed in total 2500%. I made a squeeze prediction here on Patreon of about 600%. So I said that I expect at least here a 600% short squeeze. Everything above this resistance level is just an infinitive short squeeze, and this ticker decided to break this level and squeeze in total 2500%. This is of course a very high short squeeze. What usually happens here, we have squeezes between 100 and 300% of course in just one day. So if UNH start to recover from here, that may take some weeks or even months. But if you also are interested in trading here high volatile short squeeze stocks, here's one more example, guys. I posted this ticker on Patreon here. On that day I said this is the algo demand zone. As soon as we come in this zone, I expect a squeeze. I cannot guarantee that of course, but you can see that happened here. We had the dip, the stock recovered and squeezed just 2 days later 105%, guys. So if you want to see those short squeeze stocks, you can join us here on Patreon. We are a very big and fast growing community. The full package membership is where you get access to all my short squeeze plays and my trading alerts. And of course I have trading tutorials here available for beginners and advanced traders. It's really worth it to check that out. The link patreon.com/blackbelttrader is also available here in the video description, guys. It doesn't matter if you're a beginner or an advanced trader, everybody can join in, guys. So let's now talk about UNH. We have here a shakeout of 60%, and I start here now with a blank chart here, a weekly chart. And what I want to show you is that if we do it now really simple, guys, I don't care what the news saying here, what the company did, what they missed whatsoever. I don't care. $264 billion market capital. And when we see the overall chart back here to 2008 and before, we have here nothing else than an uptrend, guys. That's why I don't care what the news saying. I also didn't make any research on that, so I just show you here how I trade this stock simply by using here chart techniques. So what we can see, we have two significant shakeouts here in this stock. One shakeout was here in 2015. That was this candle here, guys, and we immediately recovered from that. And the second one which we have is this here, the big corona pandemic shakeout, March 2020, and we had after that a massive short squeeze. As you know, the market decided to rally after the corona pandemic shakeout. So what we do now here is we connect these two dots, and we want to see if everything is based on algos. This is my theory, guys, and of course I proved that here a lot of times with my short squeeze stocks on Patreon. But if we connect now these two dots, we should see a touch point here in the future, or even already now, for an UNH, guys. So, and that's why I want to simulate this with TradingView. Then of course after that I show you all the price levels. So if we say that everything is based on algos, that the market makers just make a shakeout to get the lowest possible price, we should touch this trend line and in best case recover on that trend line, right? This is the theory based on this very simple chart pattern. So let's press play and let's see what happened here with UNH. Open gap closed. There was one open gap in the chart. Yo, guys, this is the story. This is everything based on algos here and what we can see right now. Yeah, when I zoom in, you see I draw that line before. I didn't know what happened here in the future. As I said, this is very, very predictable. If you understand chart techniques, then you know what the market makers are doing. We are now here in the weekly chart, and what we can say that the weekly candle is now again over this trend line. The price is actually here, $298, and you can see we are back over this trend line. Also, when we see the volume spikes here in the chart, we had here just a few volume spikes in favor for the bears, huge red selling volume. Don't get me wrong, guys, that does not mean that the bottom is in, but technically, based on this trend line, that was just a shakeout and the stock should start to recover from here. But I show you now the price levels which I prepared for you, that you understand how to potentially trade the stock. This is of course my opinion, not financial advice. So then let's enable the drawings, guys, and then you see what I made here in the chart. And this is where we are. If this stock continues to trade in an uptrend, that means we should not go lower than $188. $188 was the Corona shakeout here, which we had. After that, we had this massive rally. And as I mentioned before, we had here a price increasement of 239%, but it took almost 5 years in total to get that peak. That's why I say if you want to trade short squeeze stocks, you can have these price actions in 1 or 2 trading days. In my opinion, the algo demand zone, which means the bullish support, is between $251 and $207, which means it might be, guys, it might be that this was already the bottom, the dip. But when you have shakeouts like that, we have now here a little bit of a recovering ongoing. That's why I want to switch here to the daily chart, that we can see that. We had this massive gap down here, so we have 2 open gaps at $376 and $307. So the chance that we fill those gaps is very, very high, and that means the stock will recover here by 50%, and that might just take a few days. However, guys, yeah, the dip has been bought up. We can clearly see that here by this, yeah, you could call it even almost a dragonfly candle here. So a huge wick here. The dip has been bought up, and you can also see that we are gapping up in the pre-market here by 2%. Also, guys, the purpose here of this shakeout. So when we zoom out, and I want to switch here one more time to the 4 hours chart for a second. So this is very important information here, that we can see even we have here the dip has been bought up, we touched the zone, and it looks like that we recover from that. However, guys, the volume is, in my opinion, not strong enough. We had here 30 million volume, and that candle is also 13 million volume. The selling volume was 57 million volume. So more or less these buying candles here counter this volume. But if this is the dip where the big boys buying, we should see here some massive volume spikes, which confirm that, guys. This is what I don't see here yet in the chart. So I would be very careful to FOMO in, or to, I mean, if you have a long investment here, this is no problem, but I don't know, guys. It looks for me not strong enough. I want to see if we really see here a dip. I want to see here a massive knife constellation. You can see we have this knife, and I want to see that we see this kind of constellation here, because when we traded here in this price ranges, we also had this kind of dip to the first algo supply zone. I explain that in a second. We recovered here. You see that here we had here a momentum of recovering, and then the price continued to tank down. And this is exactly what we see here. Yes, it is a rebound reaction, but in my opinion, there have to be more volume to confirm that the bulls really waiting here to buy the dip. So when we go back here to the daily chart, so that means the next lower price goals which we have, if we assume that the bottom is in, that means, guys, that $307 and $376 are the next price levels. The algo supply zone, and this is now very, very important, the algo supply zone is the bearish zone, guys, where the bears usually selling. Sorry, I want to switch one more time back to the weekly chart, and we don't need the indicators here right now. Let's keep the chart clean. This is where we are, guys. So we can see that, of course, UNH is trading above $450, but there is no strong rebound reaction here. We have some spikes, but this is, in my opinion, just some trap for the bullish market makers or the bullish retail investors before we see a dip. So keep that in mind. $450 has been the support, and that could be our resistance in future. Because of that, if you already bought the dip here at $250, then you have here a squeeze or rebound potential of at least 79%, but it might be that we get rejected here, if not before. If this is the bottom, guys, let's talk about the bull case. And we see here now a massive rebound. Then I have here 2 price goals for you guys. The next price goals in favor for the bulls, the bullish algo landing zone. I calculated that here by Fibonacci retracements and some rules here in the chart. $691 and even $783 are possible here for UNH. Yeah, this is the price call what I have. We could of course also draw here some trend lines. But as I said, to reach these price goals here may take some weeks, some months. This is different to the stocks which I show here on Patreon. They squeeze in just 1 or 2 days. And yeah, that's up to you guys if you want to make here some long-term investments. Yeah, some I don't want to say safe investments. It looks still like a bullish support. That is the point, guys. If we lose this support, so let's talk about the worst case, that this was not a market shakeout, that this is the beginning of a crash. I would personally set my stop loss here below $207, or if you have been invested here before, I would consider to take profits. It's very not smart just to, backhold stocks, because you had here a profit from more than 240% when we see here the complete shakeout during the pandemic and the peak 230%. And now, guys, you are profitable with your positions just 58%. So this is why I love to trade stocks, guys, and not backholding stocks over a month or even years. As I said, if you bought in here before 2020, guys, this is a different story. Maybe you just want to hold that stock, but this is, of course, your decision. My friends, that was my chart analysis on UNH. If you want to copy here the price levels, then you can, of course, get this chart tool here, what I'm using for this video. This is called TradingView, guys. And yeah, guys, great traders use great tools. It sounds like a weird sentence, but it's true, guys. And I can just recommend that. You will never see me doing a video without TradingView. I use that chart program since many, many years, and I'm very satisfied with that. And even it's a very simple tool. You can make a lot of profits if you know how to use that. And of course, you learn that here on Patreon in my tutorials. Guys, if you want to use that program for yourself, the discount link is available here in the video description. My friends, that was the update on UNH. I hope that video was helpful for you. If so, guys, and if you don't want to miss any updates, then please hit the like and subscribe button right now. I thank you for watching this video. I appreciate your support and see you in the next one. Arigatou gozaimasu, vielen Dank, alles Gute und bis zum nächsten Video. Take care. Bye bye, guys.